They're finally admitting it. The Walt Disney World Resort as well as Disneyland appear to be losing attendance even before Epic Universe, their main competitor, opens. And it could not have happened at a worse time. Disney appears to have lost guest numbers during the holidays. We don't even know how it's possible. Yet that is what is claimed, that is what is being reported, and today we'll break it down for you and show you just how bad it is for the Magic Kingdom. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. It is again the Pro Channel, and once again, we're happy to have you here with us. You make everything work, and thus, we work for you. Folks, as we get ready to dive into just how much attendance is diving at the Magic Kingdom and beyond, consider clicking that like button, and you can help us send this out across the fruited plains of YouTube, and who knows, it just might cause the Disney company, or shall we call it the Bob Iger Corporation, to reconsider the bad decisions which have been causing this, and maybe we can help them stop with the misses and start into blissful futures of doing the right thing and saving the attractions we love. Here we go. Out of the Street, which is Wall Street, and well, that's why it's real neat that they're covering it. This is by Veronica Bondarenko, and it says Disney sounds alarm about major problem affecting visit numbers. Several executives have expressed concerns. Several executives, you say? No way. With over 140 million people visiting the 12 Disney parks worldwide every year, the theme park and entertainment giant is by far the most popular and well-recognized around the globe. For multiple generations, certain Disney characters bring back associations with childhood, while a visit to one of the parks, Walt Disney World or Disneyland in the U.S., remains either a beloved activity or a bucket list dream. Says the decision about which park people choose to visit ultimately depends on their income bracket. In 2025, a single-day ticket to either California's Disneyland or Florida's Walt Disney World can top $200, and that's per person per day, and that's just to get you through the turnstiles. That is not including anything else, with things like accommodations and the cost of foods factored in, as well as if you want to get on the darn rides, because you got to pay now to get on the rides. Different calculations have shown that $3,000 for a weekend is usually the minimum that a family of four coming in from out of town will leave at the park. Let's say it again, folks. $3,000 for a weekend. I don't know how you count a weekend, but I count that as 2 days. Saturday, Sunday, $3,000. That's $1,500 a day.
And assuming you're going home on Sunday, it isn't a full day.
That's true, too. A number that, according to equity research firm Wolf Research, rose by 56% from 2014 to 2024. In other words, outstripping inflation significantly. Now, what that means is that a new report out of the Wall Street Journal has 1% growth for Disney, significantly lower than 6%, and it's a big concern for Disney. The quote we have from the CFO, who has followed, by the way, Jonas before on X, internally, teams that worked on pricing, promotions, and consumer feedback debated through the spring of last year how to improve the intent to return survey results. People involved in the discussions said. In internal surveys, lower-level Disney employees have also reportedly drawn attention to the fact that the cost of a vacation would be unaffordable to someone earning their salaries. Well, yes. And that, by the way, is a horrible thing for guests to think that you are there being served by people who could not manage to get there in the, on their own money.
By the way, that reminds me that Henry Ford once said that he had to price his cars so that the people who worked for him could afford to buy one.
Yes. But that's not what Disney is doing. And
no.
The opposite. And why is attendance dropping, folks? As we've been reporting, by the way, we've used those charts for a long time out of thrillData.com. And some people were a little bit critical about that and said, well, these don't correlate. And we said, well, surely they do. Well, guess what, folks? They're admitting what we've been telling you was happening. And we put our own eyes on this sort of thing. By the way, also people like Drunk 3PO, Jay with Park Hoppin', they've been seeing the same thing. Take a look at this. Nearly all rides, this is out of Click Orlando, nearly all rides closed at once at Disney's Magic Kingdom, sparking questions. Most rides were operating by early Tuesday. How did it happen? Well, we've got the story on that park place as well. But essentially, they had a power outage, and it screwed everything up. And because everything's online on your phone, all of these rides suddenly showed up as closed. And they had to do resets and everything. Like, the parks are not set up anymore to be able to handle any kind of technical glitch or difficulty. and it's becoming difficult for people to afford to go into the parks. Attendance dropping. Disney now admitting it. Wall Street responding. We'll go to Paulie first. Paulie of Latino Slant. What is your thought on the West Coast in terms of Disneyland? Because we cover Walt Disney World. I'm hearing something different about Disneyland. I'm curious about you. Do you think that people are viewing it as too expensive? Maybe they're being priced out, or are people taking it in stride with the Disneyland park?
Okay, a couple of things. First of all, listening to you read that just made me poor. Right? Like,
I'm sorry, Paulie. I didn't mean to drop you a socioeconomic classification.
I get so much hate and heat from our lovely people that I still live in LA.
It's so expensive. Angelinos. We love our Angelinos, Paulie.
Yeah, I only know of a couple of people that got the passes and everything for Disneyland, but they kind of work for that company.
Right.
It doesn't count. I don't know how people do it. They must have got some good credit cards, or maybe bad credit.
That's it, Paulie. They go into crippling debt.
I think they go into debt, man, because there's no way. And you know what? I'm just happy that Romy doesn't like to go to any of those things.
So, Paulie, though, what you're saying, because this is supposed to be a family theme park, what I'm hearing from you is the sentiment in California is, yes, it's prohibitively expensive to do Disneyland on a regular basis.
There's incentives, like, as far as like California residents, but I don't know what the incentives are. The people that I do have a side of my family that goes a lot, but they're both working. They both got good jobs, and it's not a huge family. And then Mike, Mexican Iron Man, will when he's in town, will take his relatives there, but he says how expensive it is. Not to mention, if you're if you don't live here, then you got to stay at their local hotels. I mean, that is it's like a whole world where you get sucked into, and it's almost like it's physically you might as well stay there in one of their hotels, because you'd spend like an hour just driving from somewhere else just to go to Disneyland.
And not very far away either. An hour in LA drive time is not an hour in even the middle of Florida.
Well, even in Orange County, I'm talking like let's say you go, okay, we're not going to stay at the Disneyland hotels there. We'll stay at one in Irvine or Fullerton. So that's a it's not like a hike in regards to mileage, but in regards to the trip in between, and then finding parking and walking.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. It's something I got to admit. WD is just not in my daily circle.
No, well, for somebody who's not in your daily circle, you certainly have helped us understand the situation better. So I don't, Paulie, I'd hate to get to a topic you really know well. I mean, my gosh, I feel like I just got a master class in this thing. Don't sell yourself short, sir.
Well, our good friend that we do watch her dog a few times a week. She works for she does a lot of the like some sort of she has a marketing. You know what? I don't even know what she does.
Or she's a vice president at Disneyland. We won't know, folks, but Paulie's going to leave it a mystery for us.
Well, I just know that she like, if we wanted to do like an intensive interview with her, like you would get a lot of great information in regards to everything that they offer, because whether she's going or taking friends, she is really into it.
I interrupt, Paulie. We want her on the panel, but we are happy to have you for the time being. I do want to go, though. Let's quickly go over to Ron, because Ron, on the Florida side of things, the parks are emptying out, and yet, and I'm hearing this now, it's funny because the streamers are starting to admit it, right? They didn't want to, the people who wanted the special access, they didn't want to admit this, but even they are beginning to say, there's nobody here, but the lines are still long, but there's nothing to ride. Animal Kingdom's doing like 5 or 6 rides. Hollywood Studios is down in like 9 rides, but there's nobody there. Yet you're still being forced to get this Genie Plus thing, this Lightning Lane thing, because it's the only way to actually ride the freaking rides they have What do you think about it, Ron?
Well, I covered a story this morning on my channel where apparently yesterday at the Magic Kingdom, over 2/3 of the rides were actually down during the day. I don't know what the heck happened. They were claiming that it was some. What happened, Marvin? What was the problem?
So there's a couple of different things that are floating around right now. Some people are saying that it was an actual electrical issue. WDW Magic reported from their sources that it was a problem with the compressed air features that they have on a lot of the attractions, and I think about 15 of the rides went down. We covered it pretty extensively this morning.
Okay, good.
And on Morning Magic.
So yeah, it was a crazy story. Here's what happens though: if you purchased the Premier Lightning Lane, you paid $300 or $350 per person, in addition to your daily ticket price. So let's say that you paid $150 to get in, $350 for that pass. Now you're paying $500 per day, and you have only the choice of about 7 different attractions that were available. One of which was a meet and greet, at least. This is ridiculous. It's crazy what they're doing. And this, of course, seemed to be an accident, but they have a lot of rides down right now. The last time I went to the Magic Kingdom, it was a week or two ago. Astro Orbiter's down, Big Thunder Mountain's down, Tron was down. There was just a number of things that are down. The maintenance is an atrocity right now. It's absolutely atrocious maintenance at the Magic Kingdom, Epcot, all the parks. And the prices that they're charging are ridiculous. It also seems that Disney never seems to want to come down on the price that they put as the retail ticket price. But what they will do is try to have special offerings during the year that people don't even necessarily know they can take advantage of. And it gets a little bit strange and convoluted. They're not very straightforward with the actual cost that you're going to pay for your vacation. But I do remember Lorraine and I priced one out for a family of 4 for a week. And the average that we came to was $15,000 on the low end average of staying at Disney and going to the parks. And that was, I don't even think we included the Premier Lightning Lane Pass in that. That was just to go in and get on the rides and wait in line. $15,000.
The problem that they're having right now, and this is a problem all over the place in Disney right now, and it's infuriating, is infrastructure. The problem is infrastructure. The infrastructure is crumbling and nobody is doing anything about it. That's what happened in Magic Kingdom. It's what happened in Magic Kingdom a ways back when you had that massive sewage spill that closed Frontierland and Liberty Square. It's what happened recently in the Land Pavilion in Epcot where we had another sewage leak and then the ceiling collapsing. These are things that Disney is just not fixing. How do you have a massive sewage leak that comes from an upper floor, and then you don't assume immediately that the ceiling is in danger of collapsing over a guest walkway and reportedly nearly striking guests and cast members? It's absolutely insane. And the fact of the matter is that they're leaving the infrastructure to rot while driving up the price and taking things away, sapping away the value from a Walt Disney World vacation. There's no value in staying in one of their resorts anymore. You don't even get daily turn down service anymore, but the price keeps going up. And then Josh D'Amaro, in just the most infuriating statement known to man, because the Wall Street Journal report lit a fire under them, and they felt the need that they had to respond to it. Josh D'Amaro and Hughes, spacebar Johnston, had to go out there and you gotta be careful with that one. They had to go out there and say that they offer options. There's affordable options for everyone because we want everyone to be there. I covered it this morning on that Park Place, and I was grinding my teeth writing the article because I couldn't believe the quotes that I had to relay from Josh D'Amaro and Johnston.
Well, let me show you something that's going to make you even more angry, Marvin. And this is a dandy of a thing to discover. Folks, if you've been hanging in there this long, you're going to get something interesting with this one. Take a look. Out of the street, it says, as reported in a new feature from the Wall Street Journal, internal reports show that the number of visitors planning future trips has been on the decline since the end of 2023, okay? While visits for the last fourth quarter were still up, 1% growth is significantly lower than the 6% seen in the same quarter a year ago. There's an interesting word being used here that we need to focus on. While visits for the last fourth quarter were still up. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what a visit means. Is a visit per family? Is a visit per person? Is a visit per day? Is a visit per vacation? I don't know what a visit is, but what I do know is everything else shows me attendance, which I know what the heck attendance means. Attendance is down. This is a word they're using, which I believe is purposefully vague and easy to misunderstand. I don't know what a visit is. I know what attendance is.
Yeah, if I have 3 kids and me and my wife and 3 kids go for 2 days, is that 10 visits?
Exactly. And they're using this. It sounds like a familiar word, but I'm telling you, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it means, and I think it's on purpose. It's something we're going to pay close attention to going forward. But folks, we must continue to go forward, so we'll end the conversation there. It is such fun getting to spend time together, folks, but we have come to the end of yet another video. Well, that makes the mainstream scratch their heads, pull their hair out, and wonder, how is it we continue to do what we do? But you know what we do this for? It's for you. To keep bringing all the knowledge of entertainment, explaining what's going on in Hollyweird each and every day. And you can help us continue on that way by clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. Share this out on your favorite social media platforms, and we would love to have you drop a comment right on down below. Share your thoughts because, well, your thoughts truly do matter, and we mean it. As we get ready to say goodbye, we end with the common refrain. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.
Jump into the water. Why listen to music made by people and companies who really don't like you? Check out Vacation Radio today and prepare for all new content made by the people behind the WDW Pro Channel. It's the place you need for all the music. That should be fun. Hundreds of songs, every genre you can imagine. Listen live on YouTube and enjoy a set list that's always sunny. It's Vacation Radio. What are you waiting for? Every WDW Pro video has a link to Vacation Radio in the video description. Try it out and subscribe today.